Hello, Matt. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Fantastic. So let's talk about Saturday. A fantastic win. Just going to get your reflection on that dominant performance over Torquay.
Yeah, like I said after the game, I was very pleased with the first half performance and how we played and the tempo, the energy we had in our team and the attacking threat in many different ways that we posed to Torquay and got the 2 goals. And weathered a bit of a storm early second half. I say a storm, they're going to come out and have a bit of a rally, but we were up the hill into the win there and stood strong, looked solid in behind the ball, and we looked at a threat on the counter attack and looked like we was always going to maybe nick a third or maybe a fourth to seal the game off, which would have been nice.
We talked about the home comforts recently and how important it is that Sutton are staying at home for a lot of this month. So the fans drove, I'm sure, the club to the win on Saturday.
Listen, the fans have been good all season. Even through our bad spell, they really stuck through the team. So I'm really pleased that we're now on a good run of form and picking up many points, especially at home, because it's difficult. In the first stage of the season, our best performance was certainly away from home, and the majority wouldn't travel or don't travel away, and it's only the away support that gets to see that, obviously. Yeah. So it's nice now that home form has turned and we're free flowing, scoring goals at home. I think we've got 5 wins, 2 draws out of the last 7, so we're on a good run at home, and that's pleasing because I can see the attendances are picking up a little bit, the atmosphere around the place. The noise that they're creating, the supporters are right behind us, and I'm really thankful. Thank them for that.
Yeah. Let's talk about the defence. Key in the performances recently. Clean sheets have been coming up like hotcakes recently. So how have you been? Obviously, you're a defender. We've talked about that previously. You've covered many bases as a player, but as a manager, you seem to have found the best way of defending against sides that are happy to attack freely and picked up a lot of clean sheets. So how have you been able to improve that throughout the season?
Yeah, I'd like to think we've always been pretty solid all season, really. We haven't let many goals in. I think the most we've conceded in a game is 3, especially at home early on against Maidenhead, which was probably one of the most disappointing performances and results of the season. Yeah. But that seems long ago now, and collectively you just don't get clean sheets and be solid at the back just through a back 4, back 5. It's got to be a team effort, and we do work on that. And in training just now, literally walking off the training pitch, and the organisation and all 11 making sure that we are hard to beat and don't give away as fewer chances as possible. So we're really strong on that when we haven't got the ball, just as much as when we do win the ball. We've got many ways we want to try to attack teams, depending on their formations as well and how we want to hurt them. But I'm really pleased. I think we might be in the top 5, 6, 7 or whatever of goals conceded this season. A problem for us has been the home form, has been our goals scored, but I feel that was in that first third of the season, and we've really turned that round now as well. So yeah, I'm pleased with how we set up and how we're quite hard to beat, and hopefully we continue that for the last 9 games of the season. Right,
let's look ahead. Key games coming up. We'll start with Hartlepool on Saturday. We'll all remember the victory at the opening day of the season. Nice warm day up in the north and a 3-1 win. But obviously they're coming over here and they're a very different team to the one you played in August. What do you expect from them coming over to Canterbury Lane this Saturday?
Yeah, obviously it seems a long time ago when we played there on the first game of the season, which was a great result for us, my first game as a manager, so it was a very pleasing day all round. But obviously there's been lots of changes both on and off the pitch there since at Hartlepool since that day. So we've got a new manager now and several signings and a slightly different way of playing. And he's had great success, Dave Challenger, at this level, and a little bit of a surprise maybe that he left Fylde, but he's got another good job there in a big club in Hartlepool. Who will, I'm sure, be threatening there or thereabouts at the playoffs, because they're in that certain little group there just outside who will be thinking that they can try and climb into it. So, there'll be a tough team to play against, a team who want to try and play football with some good players. But as I say, as much as we respect Hartlepool, I say every week, Ahmed, we will be doing our work on there. We will be making sure we limit them as much opportunities as possible, but on the flip side of it, we're looking at how we can hurt them and get them and use our threats going the other way as well.
Obviously, we don't want to took too far into the future too soon, but obviously after Hartlepool we have Fylde. I was there last time. They got a very, very late winner against Dagenham. They've obviously been looking at being higher up the league and were favourites before the season started. We picked up a 0-0 draw there in November, which in hindsight was a good result. This run of form that they've been on recently has really helped them in succeeding in their hopes of staying up in the division. How key will it be to pick up a result there? Obviously we don't look too far ahead, but
yeah, no, we've got 2 home games, which is nice. We've had to do the Tuesday nights away from home, like playing Fylde early in December, so it's their turn to come down to us on a Tuesday, which is never easy. But yeah, it's 2 home games, 2 different teams to play against for different reasons, obvious reasons. But Fard have had a good result last night, and like we've seen with many teams in this league, that one result can suddenly just change things and get you going either way, really. Yeah. So they'll be looking to get another positive result on Saturday before coming down to play us. But again, it's a good opportunity for us here. My first target to the group of players that I've said loads of times in interviews is to get to that, I believe, 51, especially with our goal difference, will be enough to keep us in this division. So if we can pick a win up as soon as we possibly can, and then we can start looking up the table for the first time, really, and saying who can we start picking off and climbing up. So first and foremost, can we try and get that win against Hartlepool on Saturday to take us in to try and win another game on Tuesday before we go to Barnet.
Very good. Right, let's talk about the team. Obviously there are two notable absentees, but they're obviously not available in Tommy and Kenny. But outside of that, do you have any updates on the team at all in regards to injuries or?
Yeah, just obviously the obvious ones. There's no sign of Tommy Wright. We're taking care of Tommy, and I spoke to him again yesterday. So we're in regular contact with Tommy, and he's doing well. So that I think the fans will be pleased to know that he's getting the help he needs, and he's on the right path. So that's very pleasing.
Good news.
We hope he continues that way. Kenny Davis, we're just waiting for confirmation on Friday, but it doesn't look good in terms of how long he's going to be out for. Could be the season. And obviously Jamie Butler as well, who's had the operation on his ankle, and he will be out for the season. So they're the three long-term absentees, if you like. Ben Goodliff unfortunately missed Saturday with the foot injury picked up against Halifax on Tuesday. It was very swollen. He couldn't be involved on Saturday, but he's just trained this morning. So he gives me a real headache on Saturday in terms of team selection, which not just I've got a centre half areas where Louis John's been outstanding. Yeah. Ben Goodliff called up to the England C, he's been outstanding, and then Kobe Rose come in for 3 games, get 2 clean sheets, and was man of the match on Saturday. So with good options there, John Barden, Ben White playing well, Rob Milson, Eastman coming back in with Harry Buteman in midfield. I've got a real dilemma in there. Will Randall popping up, Reedy's right on the periphery as well. David Adjaboy flying, Browner's back into consideration, let alone my front 4 with Callum Keeley doing well on his debut on Tuesday. He's just trained really well there this morning. Dundas gives me a great option. But Omar and Tanto have been superb as well. So it's really, we've worked our way to a really good, strong squad at the moment with good competition for places all over. We're fit, we're hungry, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
You might be able to pick a mix for a while, won't you, to choose your 11 on Saturday?
Yeah, I might do that.
Fantastic. Nice, good luck. We'll see you on Saturday.
Brilliant, thank you.
Cheers, pal.